Hi everyone, my name is Elena. I'm the Visual Arts Manager at ArtsQuest, and today I'm here to share a project idea with you guys in celebration of Bethlehem Steel's last cast, which happened 25 years ago, which is exciting. Obviously the Bethlehem Steel, it was a huge feature in the Lehigh Valley, and what made steel so important was it made it possible to build things like skyscrapers and these giant buildings that wouldn't fall down because steel's a lot stronger structurally than like brick or wood. You couldn't build a wooden skyscraper. And so what I'm going to challenge you guys to do today is to make your own buildings out of whatever supplies you have at home, but I'm really going to suggest paper because paper is an interesting and challenging building material. And so you can make these like nice to look at, make them pretty. I'm gonna decorate mine, and what we're gonna do with our paper is try to experiment and see how we can build the strongest, nicest looking building we can, and then once we're done with it, we're actually going to test how much weight it can hold to see if we're really good engineers or not. So here we go. My first step, I'm going to take some construction paper and I'm going to decorate it so it actually looks like a building. You can do this with crayons, markers, paint, collage, like other construction paper pieces, whatever makes you happy. But here we go. Alright, so I'm going to decorate a few different pieces of paper so we can experiment with a few different shapes. And here we go. All right, so I've got 3 separate designs here, and now I'm going to turn them into buildings by folding them. And you can really experiment with shapes here. So I think one tip I will give you guys is I'm gonna just fold a little tab on one edge, and that's gonna be where I glue, and that's gonna make it like way easier for me to put it all together. But you could also use tape and stuff like that. And I think for this one, I'm picturing like a very blocky, like skyscraper apartment building type of deal. So I'm just gonna fold it in half, and then I'm gonna fold each of my halves in half again. And now I'm gonna take my tab and I'm gonna put some glue on it, and I'm going to put it together like so, so it'll be like a rectangular prism. Alrighty, good to go. We got my rectangle. Now this one, I was honestly, when I was drawing it, I was kind of inspired by the Leaning Tower of Pisa, so I'm going to try a whole different shape and do a cylinder for this one. So instead of folding anything, I'm just going to put a line of glue on my edge here, and I'm going to just kind of wrap it around, glue my other edge in place, get my hands inside there to make sure it's all stuck together. And cool, we got our cylindrical tower now. That one was super easy. And for my last one, I decided I wanted to go tall, but I think I'll also try a brand new shape. I think I'm gonna try a triangle. So I'm going to do my tab, and then I have to fold in thirds approximately, which might be a challenge, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Just like before, I will glue my tab to my other edge. And we've got a strange triangle building. Alrighty, and now it's time to test them out. Alright, so I have 3 paper buildings. Oh, this one is upside down. And I'm ready to see how strong they are. And what I'm gonna do for that is I'm just gonna test by stacking magazines on top of them, or books or whatever I've got, and see how long they can go before they collapse. Which, if you are super attached to your building, you want to be very careful not to actually crush it and like look for warning signs that it might fall. And I'm just going to do this one at a time, so we can use all the same magazines and keep some variables kind of the same. Ooh, so 4 was the limit for my rectangular building. And while it fell, like, I could straighten it out and it still looks kind of good. Okay, and so I'm gonna stack the same magazines in the same order. I'll try my circular one next, see if this is the strongest shape or not. So we've got apparently not. So 7 was our cap for that one, but that's still really impressive. Okay, we'll try our triangular shape now. You can see we got a little squished on top, but that did really well. Okay, and now our super tall triangle. So a question to ask yourself before we do this: do you think that the height is going to make it stronger or weaker? Do we think that the triangle shape is gonna be smart? And my folds weren't all even, so do we think that uneven shapes will make it stronger or weaker? We're about to find out something anyways. Okay, so it would seem that my purple one was the weakest because it only made it to 2 magazines before it fell. So it would seem that my orange tube was the strongest and my purple triangle was the weakest. But you guys might try this at home and get different results. And when you're making your own projects, maybe think like, what kind of paper can I use that's going to be really strong? And you can test a couple different kinds. And maybe if you don't have different kinds of paper, you could try layering 2 pieces of paper together. Do you think you can make your paper go even taller? Test some stuff out and see how strong of a building you can make just using supplies you have at home. But that is all. Good luck with your buildings and enjoy all of the other awesome Last Cast content that's out there. Thank you guys. Bye.